A rather perceptive young student asked me, "Is there anything that I can be doing now to make for a better term next semester?" I said, "Wow, that's a great question." And I asked him to let me think about it, make a few notes, and then we would chat later. We set up an appointment and we both agreed that we would at least have 2 discussions on this very topic, but they would be days apart. Here is my incomplete list from those discussions. It's not complete because I have intentionally left things off, but it's not complete because I know that I'm not finished with me yet, and I reserve the right to change my mind or add things in light of new information. First, it's a good habit to ask yourself on a regular basis, what do I need to be doing now to make for a better future? What seeds do I need to be planting? Because, it's difficult to harvest strawberries if you planted thistle. Now is the time to prepare for what you are going to do next. That's the very purpose of school, and getting ready for the next chapter now is almost always the right thing to do. In short, what classes do you need to take next term? Who is going to be covering the material, and are different sections of the class offered? What deadlines do you need to hit this term in preparation for next term? What supplies do you need to get before you need them? What is your backup plan should one of your first selections not be available? When there are more than 2 people covering the class, interview each instructor and let your interviews help you decide which section to take. Additionally, if you already have a good relationship with the instructor and you need help getting into the class, you have paved the way. Ask the instructors whose classes you will be taking what books will be needed. Ask if the current version of the book will be adequate for the class next term, and if so, post a handbill in the classroom stating that you are wanting to purchase a used book from a current student. It's a good idea to have a roadmap of the classes that you need to take to get the degree that you want. Some classes are not offered every term, and others have to be taken in a specific order. If you miss the prerequisite class and it is not offered again for another year, this can put you way behind. Start each semester knowing a few very important things. The first being exactly when you can start registering for your classes next term. Know well before that date the exact time that you can start registering for your next round of classes. Know exactly what your options are and what your backup plan is should your first selection not be available. You will not have adequate time to develop a backup plan on the spot, and this could cost you dearly. It's better to have a plan on the shelf and not need it than to need a plan and not have it. Too often, students look at the deadline to register for classes and believe that, I must do it by that deadline. No, this means that the dallying student is left with the crumbs, can't get the classes that are needed, and ends up taking random electives. Your deadline to register for classes is the moment that registration opens. It is also very good to arrange your schedule to fit in harmony with your life. Erratic class schedules do very little to help keep things stable. A good rule of thumb is to shoot for the earlier options. Morning classes, just like airplanes, don't fill up quickly, and morning flights are almost always on time. Another good thing to do is to ask others who have experienced things that you have not yet. Ask upperclassmen, plural. What's something that you wish someone would have told you before you had to figure it out for yourself? Ask more than one person who should know. What are the normal things that derail students, and what is your advice on how I cannot get tripped? Then listen and take notes. Specific to high school and not college, most underclassmen mistakenly believe that their senior year will be their best year. But this is seldom the case. It's the junior year that is almost always the best. The junior year is an upperclassman year, and few juniors are concerned about their senior year. Why? Because they've been trained that all that they have to do is show up, finish a few things, and graduate, or be graduated. The average junior is not yet too worried about things beyond graduation, and the ones who are actively engaged in preparation for things beyond school are doing it quietly and out of the view of the average junior. Recapping, know what classes you need to take next. Know the deadlines that you need to hit. Interview your options for instructors. Attempt to pre-purchase your books from current students. They are also a very good resource about what the class will be like. Know the moment that you can start trying to register for classes. Ask others who are doing now what you will be doing next term. Take morning classes as much as possible. Learn from the mistakes of others, and know that the deadlines are not the due dates. These points came from a book. If you'd like a copy of the book, write to me, and I will send one to you.